Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Law of Attraction Detox. Here we detoxify from toxic techniques and instead we focus on our true nature here in the present moment where all the manifestational power exists, right here in the present moment where you get to experience the expansion of what you really are. And in that expansion of what you really get to experience the desire being fulfilled, the wish fulfilled, the state of the wish fulfilled that Neville Goddard talks about. Those of you who know about Neville Goddard, hey, welcome back. And love to talk to you a little bit today about why I suggest that you detoxify. Why do I suggest that you detoxify from manifesting? And to be clear, I don't suggest that you detoxify from desiring. I think it's a natural human thing to desire things in our life. It's our soul actually calling to us, wanting us to experience something. But what I do want is that you get to experience life in its fullness rather than experiencing like this lack mentality, this feeling of I don't have. And that's what so much of us are searching for when we go on to a YouTube channel and we're looking for how do I create this certain thing? How do I use the manifestational tools and techniques to develop a pattern, a different pattern in my life? And I'm going to ask for you to detoxify for 30 days, especially if it's something that's really, really important to you, that you really, really want. Let's say a specific person, you would like them to choose you and be in a relationship, or a certain amount of money that you need to make your life that much more, better and fulfilling. The reason why, I really want to get into the reason why. A lot of the videos that I create, I give you tips and tools, and I share with you how I've worked through my processes of healing and getting myself into the state of being where I feel this wholeness and this expansion. The reason why I choose to detoxify and that I tell my clients to detoxify is because it creates this detaching that we talk about, like how to let go. It creates this feeling of already having, or this feeling of wholeness, or this feeling of it's already on the way. And so when you are constantly trying to create and make this person become yours, or create a relationship from scratch, or trying to create something, it creates this tension in your body. And I talk about our bodies kind of like a human GPS system where you are being guided from this internal energy source. And this internal energy source, your soul, knows exactly where you should go to have what it is telling you that it desires for you to experience. And we ignore that when we're in a constant state of stress and tension, when we are in a constant state of trying to make our circumstances different, trying to make our life different. Then we no longer are aware of our internal GPS system. And this is what I'm doing with my clients with hypnotherapy. I am helping to uncover these blockages, these obstacles to realizing your true nature, which is already there. You're already whole. You're already created as a magnificent, infinite creator. You're already that. But along the way, along our journey, we've picked up some beliefs, we've picked up some habits, we've picked up some things that don't serve us, really, a program. And through that program, we are denying ourselves of our own internal right, our own internal manifestational power. And what that is just, a shift, a subtle shift of awareness. And I use hypnotherapy. I do inner child reprogramming. It's so important. It's so vital. So many of us on our journey get stuck in this loop, this shame loop of, I wish I could change my life, but for whatever reason, I can't. I must be broken. I wish that I could, do what these other people that I'm watching on these YouTube channels are doing. How do they get their life to be the way that they want it to be? There must be something I'm doing wrong. And I'm here to tell you there's really, no one size fits all. But what I can say is that the more effort that you put into trying and belittling yourself for having not made the change sooner, the further you get from what you desire, because it's through the acceptance. It's through the awareness that you are, feeling a certain way that you become whole, that you become this whole creator, and you don't have to feel good all the time. I love the law of attraction things because they're super motivational, but what they would usually do was lead me to a feeling of unworthiness or a feeling of anxiety because I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out how to get into the vortex. Where is it? What does it even mean? And this whole time it was there. I just needed to be with myself. I needed to be with my feelings. I needed to be with anything that was arising, thoughts. And the difficult thing is that we have believed for so long that our thoughts and our program, that we are living on autopilot from our subconscious mind, we are trained to believe that that is who we really are, that the thoughts that are coming into our field of awareness, that must be who we really are. But those thoughts can change. We can decide in any moment that we are something different. We can decide in any moment that this situation is different. There's a million infinite different perspectives really on the same situation. And so what I'm teaching on this channel is to detoxify from the need to change your circumstances and instead focusing in. And all of the spiritual teachers, they talk about the same thing, change your world within, your inner world is all that matters. And why are they saying that? Because it's true. The only thing that matters is our inner world. You cannot change and manipulate people outside of you. You cannot try to send a thought transmission to someone and get them to do this thing, because more than likely you're coming from this place of, I need them to do this thing in order to create this sensation within me, which is fulfillment or joy or love. I need them to choose me so that I can feel fill in the blank, good about myself or whatever, validated, so I can know that I'm worthy. When all of these things, paradoxically, they must happen before there's an order to it. The order is, first, I'm with myself. I become one with myself, including all of the scarcity mentality, all of the mindset, the way I believe and think about the world. I'm going to be with all of those things. And let me tell you, it's kind of difficult to do if you're just starting on the journey of manifesting, or maybe you've been on the journey for a long time and you're frustrated. Who wants to be with themselves if it's a frustrating place to be? I'd rather be distracting myself with my phone, or I'd rather be distracting myself with something that feels good, instead of sitting here in this uncomfortable feeling and sensation that I'm having. But the awareness practice is the number one tool that I teach on this channel. The awareness, that's what happens when you are just sitting there with yourself, is you're becoming completely aware of your body. The point and the goal is to become embodied, because this human GPS system can only lead you if you are fully in your body. And when you detoxify from wanting your circumstances to change and looking outside of yourself for that change, and instead focus inward to cultivate that change, it's an awareness tool. It's an awareness practice. You're getting into your body. You're noticing the sensations. And I remember overwhelming anxiety and how difficult it was to be with myself. I remember the feelings of oh, hell no, I do not want to sit here and be with myself. But that's the number one tool. So it looks a little bit like this. I'll show you what it looks like. So notice yourself if you're sitting. Notice the weight of your pelvis in the chair. Notice the sensations in your abdomen. Maybe it's a little bit tight. Maybe your chest might be a little bit tight. Most of us are not fully breathing. We're not fully breathing into our body. And so our nervous system is constantly being wound up. I mean, society is very, very fast paced. And so our nervous system needs constant reassurance that we are safe, that we are in a relaxed state. That's how our GPS system can lead us in the right direction to that which we desire. How do you do that? Become aware of your pelvis. Become aware of your abdomen. Am I breathing? Just doing those little steps. I call it stop, drop, breathe. Stop, drop into your pelvis and breathe. It's really simple. And it can take you from a state of anxiousness, worry, doubt, all of that. And it can bring you right back into the present moment where you're feeling expansive again. And you're going, wow, yeah, everything is fine. Everything is going to work out. That's the number one awareness technique that's going to bring you closer to what you want, which is feeling loved, feeling whole, feeling accepted. And it can only come from you. It can only come from inside of you. But it comes with a price. You must be able to be with yourself in a non-judgmental place, in a place of love and acceptance, to be with yourself throughout all of those thoughts, throughout everything. And it's usually, if you think about it, some sort of program that happened when you were a child. We were programmed with most of our beliefs from the time that we were 0 to 9 years old. That kind of sucks because when we were little, we didn't have any coping mechanisms. And the way that we perceived our life was from this very limited scope of reality. And so we are still living out that childhood pattern. We are still experiencing whatever beliefs that we came to, the conclusions that we came to as a child. And so now it's up to us to get, okay, how can we actually reprogram that part of ourselves? Well, it's not trying to change ourselves and force ourselves to change. It's through sitting and asking that part of ourselves, what is it that you want? So now that you're in your body and you're feeling and experiencing, now you can ask yourself, what is it that you need from me? Because if you're experiencing this same pattern and you keep getting the same feedback, it is so that you can get to know that part of yourself better. If you're experiencing lack, if you're experiencing rejection, if you're experiencing apathy, whatever, it's so that you can come back home to yourself and access that little fragmented piece of yourself and ask that little child version of yourself, hey, I feel that you're feeling anxious and afraid. So tell me, what can I do? What can I provide for you so that you can feel whole again, so that you can feel safe, so that you can come back online with me and be on board, so that we can be full expression, a fully embodied human, being led like a beacon, like a GPS system to the next best thing, to the state of being that brings you your love of your life, your money, your whatever. Because our soul is wanting us to experience that. Our soul has the overview perspective of life and knows exactly where to go and what to do. And then the people and the places and the things naturally just, I can't tell you how many times, it's just like there are no coincidences. There are no synchronicities. There are no coincidences. It's all synchronicities. It's all happening because your internal state has shifted, and it happens pretty rapidly too. Becoming aware of yourself and cultivating that self-awareness, creating yourself to be a whole person. You are like a puzzle that has been put together. You're like a grid that's been powered up. There's, so many different analogies. One of my favorites is that we are like these fractal designs, where this amalgamation of like sound, light, and these frequencies create patterns. And you could see those patterns when they do sound, like on a drum, and there's sand on the drum, and you change the frequency, and you can see these different shapes evolve, right? These geometric patterns. And that's kind of like what we are. And when we are living in this state of being where the thoughts are constantly running and saying, I'm never chosen. Like, this person doesn't like me. I don't even have a person for me. Money there's never enough. I just don't understand why I can't get it right. These are creating ripples and patterns in our auric field. And that is infinite. Like, you can reach every person on the globe if you access and embody your heart. If you're in your heart, you can literally start to feel the oneness of every single being on this planet. You can become one feeling with the tree. I know it's super hippie and woo-woo, but whatever, it's true. It's like we are these fractal patterns. And the only thing that's disconnecting us is our mind. The mind that thinks that there is no way, that there is no hope, that I can't create this, that it's impossible, or it's very difficult. These are all just beliefs. They're just beliefs. But the beautiful thing is that when you detoxify and you come back and you use these simple awareness, you will find a portal of creativity. You will find a portal of inspiration. Your intuition will come online. And then naturally, this is what happens with my clients in hypnotherapy. I am not just hypnotizing them and telling them, and now you have this belief. I am opening up a portal for their awareness to bring in their own new set of beliefs. And then it permanently sticks. It stays. Like, you can't go back from it. I'm like, I'm sorry and you're welcome, because you can't go back now. You can't unknow the power and the potential of your true nature. You can't unknow that you are the creator. You can't unknow this. Like once you know it, you know it. And then it's just the frustrating process of getting online with yourself, practicing your awareness techniques, allowing yourself to open up to this portal of possibility, allowing your beliefs to come in and permeate you like a fertile garden, planting seeds of what you want, versus I'm going to try to hack off branches off of this weed that is shading all of the seeds I keep trying to throw out into my garden, which are more affirmations and more techniques trying to get my life circumstances to change. So what we're doing when we go in to access this state of being, which is just the present moment here now with yourself, what I'm doing with the hypnotherapy, what we're doing together in this practice, it is just bringing you back into a fertile garden where you're naturally able to plant those seeds and those, and actually in a fertile garden, in a fertile land, naturally medicine grows from it. You don't need to force wild edible plants to pop up. They just naturally do. So that's what the detoxification process does. When you're pulling back, pulling into yourself, dropping down in your pelvis, stop, drop, breathe, you start to naturally shift your beliefs. You become actually acutely aware of the beliefs and the thoughts that have been blocking you from your desire. Oh, this thought again. Oh, wow. That must be because I've been believing that I don't have a one. I don't have a partner. I don't have a one. I don't have the ability to create wealth because I'm just working at this job and there's a max to how much I can achieve. You know, those thoughts are the branches, they're the leaves of the root, which is the belief. But what is it rooted in? It's rooted in the subconscious mind, which is the fertile garden. That's why we are tending to this garden. The way to tend to the garden is the way. And so that is the detoxification process. What happens though, sometimes, very often, and myself included, I am not exempt from these processes. That's why I'm here talking about this. I want to help save you years of agony, like I have been on this path of manifestation. I want to save you years of agony. I want you to get closer to the thing that you want, because I believe that there's a threshold and a breaking point that is, once we get to this point of awareness in our conscious field as a collective of humanity, that we will start to see heaven on earth, that we will start to project what we would desire to see rather than what we don't want to see, that we will start to project out onto our lives. I see clean, healthy waterways. I see more love in this world. I see people choosing to love versus people choosing to hate. And you will start to project that out onto your world. And through projecting that out to your world, the more of us that are doing this, the more of us that are in this tribe, the greater the change is going to be. And in my little limited time on this planet, I want to try to change the course of humanity into a place of love, into a place of expansion, consciousness. That is my goal. I have a tiny, tiny window before I croak. And I'm going to do my best to try to change the course of humanity by helping as many people as I can wake up to the nature of their true nature, their reality, which is we are infinite creators. We've been given the ability to create. It is our mind that tells us that we can't. And love that mind, because that mind, which creates the backsliding that I'm about to talk about, that mind is there to protect us. It is there like a little computer program keeping us safe. Okay, we wake up in the morning and I'm consciously aware. I'm Kristen Sophia. Hello. And I like to eat this food and I want to go here. And this is where I work. This is my place. And it wants us to stay there because it's safe. It's comfortable. It knows what to expect. If you woke up and the mind was perceiving your life completely radically different, and you woke up one day and your walls are a completely different color and your life has completely changed, you would freak out, right? So our mind is actually a very safe place for us. But what happens is it gets put on overdrive because we didn't get taught at a young age how to manage the mind. We didn't get taught at a young age practices like meditation and you know these spiritual practices that keep us here in the present moment. Instead, the mind became this giant monster keeping us from realizing our true potential. Backsliding. Then it happens, the backsliding, where it's almost like if you imagine dropping a rock into a clear pond or a clear lake, and the ripples come out. There's, ripples coming out from that rock. Every thought that you have creates another ripple, right? And so you used to have these thoughts and these beliefs and these patterns that were keeping you stuck, right? Stuck in whatever state of being, single, broke, unhealthy, or whatever. You had these patterns, and you've discovered that there's a new way to do that pattern. And so you drop another ripple over here. But what happens when they collide, right? They create this weird crinkle, right? Sometimes we experience that within ourselves as backsliding. And it's very uncomfortable because you think, oh, I've been through this already. Why am I experiencing this again? I've already experienced the rejection. Why am I being rejected again? It's so that we get to answer in a different way. We get to reply to that circumstance in a different way. And we get to prove to our own selves that we've changed within. Oh, here's this pattern again. I have two choices. Repeat the same dang pattern, keep myself stuck in a loop of, see, it doesn't work for me. Manifestation doesn't work for me. It works for everyone else, but not me. Or a different choice. Aha, I remember this. I used to behave like this, and I used to react like this. But now, since my belief system is I'm really awesome, I'm whole, I'm worthy, I'm complete, I have everything within me, I have the love within me, I have it, I give it to myself daily, I'm going to choose a different path now. I'm going to choose to not react in the same way. You rejected me? Okay. Thank you for telling me. Maybe it hurts for a second, but you know deep down inside that what you want is on the way. That what you want is there. It's in you. It's being projected out through you. It's just a matter of time before you get to see it in the physical world. And then poof, there it is. Oh, random check in the mail, random phone call, random bump into the love of my life, random, not so random, because you are creating these ripples of experience. Okay, so what do you do when you see a familiar pattern? What do you do when you get this, what I call backsliding into, no, I'm feeling the despair again, right? Each time that those ripples happen, it gets a little easier to ride that wave. It gets easier to recognize the pattern and kind of give yourself a little chuckle and a pat on the back, like you recognize the pattern. You're going to choose a different answer. We chose A, not today, we're going to choose B for the answer. So it gets a little bit easier because the thoughts become less loud. They become less of a player. I notice myself when I'm struggling, like I've got all this stuff and I'm like hauling, I've got my harmonium, I've got my thing, and I've got like my lunch and like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to drop everything. And I'm trying to cram it into my car and I'm struggling, and I notice that I will naturally say, oh, I'm so grateful. Like something positive kind of just naturally pops out of my awareness. But that's through practice, seeing myself struggling and watching myself and observing an awareness of myself being in these states and loving myself, choosing to love myself instead of the opposite. Choosing to see that there is some sort of wisdom in the circumstance. There is some sort of thing, lesson, whatever, part of myself that I'm going to find and bring back into wholeness. When you start to see everything as a gift and start to see everything, even if it sucks, as a paver to the next best thing that you want, it is a paver, a stone that you're stepping on. That state of being, that state of acceptance, that is the state that creates. This is here for a reason. This thing, this circumstance that I don't want, it's here to get me closer. Why? Because I am experiencing a part of myself that has been lost and fragmented. I'm experiencing a part of myself that wants to come back home and access that. It wants me to access that. It wants me to get to know it. It wants me to bring it back in and integrate it into wholeness. It's like engulfing yourself in flames. right? The flames are burning up and incinerating anything that's not like it. So loving yourself, incinerating anything that is shame, guilt, self-hatred, self-loathing, insecurity, whatever isn't like it, right? The love is what permeates through those things. And that's the only way to bring yourself back into wholeness. Why do you want to be whole? Why are you going to relish in those moments that suck and say, thank you, Creator, for bringing me this moment that sucks? Because you know that you are bringing more of yourself into wholeness. And the more of yourself that's into wholeness, the more powerful of a creator you are. That's a beautiful gift. I get to have all of me online. All of my chakras are spinning. Everything is in alignment. And now I feel so whole and so complete that I don't even care if my outer circumstances change. That is a gift that luckily I get to experience greater and greater moments of these states of being, even when I'm feeling down, even when I'm feeling like now currently, maybe my hormones are off and I'm feeling like this like sluggishness and my body is physically maybe not doing the best. I can still choose to not let my mind come in and take over. I can still choose to call a friend and say, hey, help me not spin out of control. Help me not spiral out of this. I can choose these in the moment through loving myself, because I know that the opposite, hating myself, loathing myself, made me want to leave this life. It made me not want to create anything. So the backsliding, don't let it be something that you're afraid of. Don't let it be something that makes you think, I didn't do any work. Like what if you go to a retreat for the weekend, or you take a workshop, or you hire someone and they do this healing work with you, and then you're feeling great, right? A week later, what happens? Everything comes back. Why? Because now it's like you've opened up a room in your house that you haven't, a closet or something that you haven't seen. You didn't even know it existed. And you open this up and all of a sudden now you're in this closet and there's stuff everywhere. And you're like, I didn't even know that was there. But now this light of awareness this spotlight that you've shown, it's like, okay, let me just take this little bit one at a time. I'm feeling this. I'm going to just deal with this one little bit here. Let me just deal with this shelf that I got stuff from who knows how long. Like it's just like little bits at a time. That's what the backsliding is for, is to help you shine the spotlight of awareness. Oh, that's the beliefs and the patterns and the programs and all the behaviors, everything I've been thinking and saying that hasn't been serving me to bring me closer to what I want. Oh, thank you, experience. Then you will start to see the gratitude in every experience. You'll start to see the gift in every experience. You'll start to say, thank you for rejecting me so that I could love this part of myself, so that I might not have to experience that in that way ever again. Because now I love this part of myself. I'm going to choose wholeness. And then you start to behave differently. The thoughts, everything happens naturally. You don't need to force yourself with affirmations. Yes, every now and then I'm like, I might feel a little bit insecure or something. And I'm like, hey, I'm good. I got you. I'm right here. I love you. I might have a little quick affirmation and remind myself, you know what? You're human. You mess up. Sometimes you mess up. Yeah. Thank you for commenting. Please leave some comments if you want to add to this conversation. This is our place. This is for us. I couldn't do this without community. I couldn't do this without my best friends. I couldn't evolve without people. I call them my angels. Angels are humans who come into your life unexpectedly. They are the ones who give us a different perspective. And so if there aren't any questions, I'm just going to go into a little demo of what I do with my clients. If you're driving, of course, please don't do this. But get into a comfy state, get into a couch or something where you can kind of relax. I'm going to take you on a little gentle meditation to get you into a state of being where you already have what you want. You already have what you desire. And this state of being is something you can access any moment and any day just by taking a few simple breaths. But we're going to get there through this simple, little easy meditation. So, okay, so if you're sitting or lying down, just take a notice of your body lying there. Notice the weight of your spine. Notice that your back is being supported. Notice that your legs or your waist are being supported. Feel just the heaviness of your body. And now with your conscious awareness, allow yourself to consciously relax each limb, starting with your arms. Imagine that someone has picked up your arms and dropped them back down. And just imagine what that feeling would feel like of the heaviness of your arms plopping down. And now do the same thing with your legs. Imagine someone has just lifted your legs just slightly, drop them back down. And now bring your awareness to your abdomen and your belly and notice if there's any tension there. If there's a little bit of tension, you can just consciously relax. Coming up to your chest and your neck and your jaw, noticing if there's any tension there, just allowing yourself to have a little a little space in the neck, a little freedom. And now with your breath, gently guide it down into your abdomen. Try to see if you can get the breath all the way down into the seat of your body, into your pelvis. And slowly exhale it out. And now we're going to do a little deepening practice. Imagining that there's a set of stairs in front of you, 10 of them. Each step is going to bring you closer to a state of relaxation. And when you get to the bottom step, you'll notice that you're completely relaxed and ready. Step 10, stepping down into a place of ease. 9, feeling the comfort and the relaxation and support. 8, noticing how easy it is to just let go and feel relieved. 7, starting to feel your body get a little heavier. 6, letting go of any of the tension in your abdomen and your waist. 5, you're halfway there. 4, allowing your mind and your thoughts to come and go. Just allow them to be there, like soft white clouds. 3, dropping deeper down. 2, feeling the comfort and the ease of relaxation. And 1, completely relaxed. And so now, as you deepen into this relaxed state, allow my voice to take you on a guided journey. 1, into the most peaceful place in nature that you can think of. Imagine the trees and the smell of fresh nature, the sounds of birds, animals rustling. No one else but you in this place. Total beauty and serenity. The blue sky is there, temperature of the day is just right. And maybe a few soft white fluffy clouds floating by. Perhaps there's a creek running nearby and you can hear the sound. Feeling completely at ease with everything in this moment, with nowhere to go, just enjoying the breeze and enjoying the intoxicating smell of nature. And now as you feel your feet on the earth, noticing before you a path. And on this path, it will lead you to that which you desire, the fulfillment, the love, the expansion. This path takes you to the feeling of wholeness as you walk along this path, recognizing that with each step, you're getting yourself that much closer to the state of being where you already have what you desire. Stopping to take a look at your surroundings, turn around and notice how far you've come. Notice that what you've left behind you, all of those beliefs, all of the thoughts around your certain situation are now completely behind you. And they're dissolving back into the earth, just like dust. And now, as you continue to move forward, calling on your own guides and helpers, calling on your own angels to lead you, one hand and the other, holding your hands until you come upon a door. And this door is beautiful, wooden, ornate with golden, beautiful. And as you walk into this door, you open this door and walk through this doorway, notice that you feel completely new. Like when you walk through, you feel completely whole again. Notice that the love within you is swelling up like a waterfall, flowing out from your heart and onto everything that you gaze at. And in front of you is a treasure chest. As you go to open up this treasure chest, you notice that there are jewels and gems and shiny objects. These are all aspects of you. Each one of these jewels is you. Allow yourself to pick one of these jewels up and let this jewel tell you exactly what you need to know about yourself, the gift that you have in this world, the gift that you have to offer, the gift that you've been given. Let this jewel that you're holding in your hand shine its essence into your heart. Imagine it like a projector screen shining onto your heart, the wisdom and the knowledge of your soul's desire, your soul's knowing. Allow it to permeate your being. And this treasure chest is for you to come back and access whenever you might feel doubt, whenever you might feel alone. This is for you to access, bringing that into your state of being in the days and the weeks and the months to come, allowing it to permeate your entire being. And now turning behind to see how far you've come and what you've accomplished. Feeling the love and the gratitude for yourself. Feeling grateful for your angelic guides and helpers. And they're there for you to call on whenever you desire. And allow yourself to be fulfilled with this gem that is you. And as we bring this journey to a close, you will take with you everything that is there to serve you and leave behind everything that no longer serves you. Counting from 1 to 5, you'll feel completely renewed and ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in this moment, as you open your eyes and you sit back into your awareness, noticing that you have completely changed. And with that gift that you've been given, allow it to emanate out into your world. Allow it to project out onto your screen of reality. If you enjoyed this, like it, subscribe. I'm going to be doing these every Wednesday. I also have a membership option where we're going to have special live chats there, special more of these meditations, more special videos just for you there, creating a community there as well, where we can really, have a conversation with each other. And also, if you wanted to work with me one-on-one, I offer the hypnotherapy to my clients, 3-pack right now. If you want to have like radical transformation, go to my website. It's in the description box. And yeah, let me know what topics you want to hear about. I'm happy to share more of whatever I can share that I've learned along the way, the wisdom that I've picked up. And I'm going to end this now. So much love to you. Mwah. Bye for now. Bye, everybody.